Seen the confirmation over the weekend that an ambulance crew was hijacked and held up in Nellmapius in Gauteng over the weekend, assaulted, robbed in the early hours of Saturday morning. Mpho Mpogeng is the president of the South African Emergency Personnel Union. Mpho, good afternoon to you. This keeps happening. Your members keep being attacked. How tough is it for them?
Thank you for having me. Let me clearly indicate that it's quite difficult working the emergency services these nowadays because we are regarded as targets or easy targets by these perpetrators. But today, let me applaud the Gauteng Department of Health because they've listened to our request. They've procured the cameras. They've procured so many things to make sure that such kind of incidences come to a standstill. So unfortunately, we got that information that one ambulance was robbed, and we're very much disappointed. And we're further making a call to other provinces that they must come back to South Africa. They must stop working in Jerusalem and come back to South Africa and procure the very same systems that are in place in Gauteng. So they must benchmark with Gauteng as we speak, because you can easily see that it was easy for the department or the control room to locate the ambulance and to know that the ambulance is missing, precisely because there are systems that are in place. So if it was in Limpopo or in Mpumalanga, believe you me, we'll be talking about something different today. So that on its own is a very clear indication that Gauteng, they are actually listening to us and they've responded. So that's why we're urging our Department of Health in Limpopo and other provinces like in Mpumalanga to respond positively like that. And secondly, let me also indicate that it is quite important for the Department of Health in Gauteng and other provinces to make sure that they campaign, they go and interact with the communities, because the very same perpetrators are known by the very same communities. And so it is quite difficult for us as the union and as members sometimes to deal with these things, while we know that the very same community members, they know the perpetrators very well, and they can make sure that their area or their location or their place can be safe. Because we cannot sit in a situation whereby ambulance cannot assist the members of the community precisely because of these attacks. And as the union, we cannot be rude and say our members cannot assist if the area is not actually protected. So that is why we're saying to the department, let's have joint campaigns and interact with communities and make sure that they report such kind of incidences so that our ambulances can be safe. So basically, that's what we're saying today. Sure. And saying, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, Mpho. I mean, if this keeps going on, I imagine that your members, people who we need, emergency services workers, they won't go into some areas. Some areas will become no-go areas for them.
Definitely is what we are saying now. We know we have other places like in Rustenburg, we have Sunrise, something like that. We know that if the ambulance can reach or enter that particular area, it will not come back safe. So those kind of hotspots areas, we will further encourage our members to be very much cautious, and if a need arises, they must not even enter into those areas. So those are the areas that we requested the department to procure a series of security companies to escort those ambulances to those areas, because you know that our more especially our destitute communities, they depend on these ambulances, so we cannot say they must not go there. That's why we are making that call to say department must procure a service of security precisely on those hotspot areas. They must not actually escort the ambulances in all parts of the province, but in those hotspot areas where we know that our members will be easily attacked and so forth.
Mpho Mpogeng, thank you very much indeed from the SA Emergency Personnel Union. Really appreciate the time.